welcome back or to my channel. It's Tenzin and thank you so much for being here. If you haven't already, please go ahead and subscribe. Thank you so much for being here. If you haven't already, please go ahead and subscribe. The reason why, if you're curious, I'm in a car is because my mom and I were just out running some errands and we just got home. And on the way back home, we stopped by at South Block, which if you don't know, it's an acai and smoothie bowl place. And I always get the same exact bowl because the menu, like, I need to start trying more items, but I'm that kind of person that once I know what I like when it comes to food and any option on a menu, I can't help but just get that same thing over again. As much as I want to branch out, I just stick to my same old, same old. My first bite, it's always the first bite that just hits the spot. Alright, well, if you're wondering, sorry guys, this is so good. If you're wondering what the purpose of this video is, I have posted 3 videos so far on YouTube, but I've realized that at the beginning of each one, I do a super quick, short hello and greeting, but I haven't had any real introduction of who I am and a little bit about me and kind of my intentions for this channel. So I thought today would be the perfect chance and to just sit and maybe give you all a little bit of information about who I am and why I wanted to create this channel. So without further ado, let's get started. So as you all may know, my name is Tenzin and a lot of my friends call me Tenz. That's one of my nicknames. And I'm from Northern Virginia. I live just about 30 minutes outside of DC. So I am an only child and I am 23, but I'm going to be turning 24 really soon in about a month, in October, which is, I have mixed emotions about that. But overall, it's pretty exciting. Another year of life, always a good thing. And going off of that, I am a Libra through and through. Other things about me, I graduated undergrad in May of 2019, so it's been over a year at this point, a little over a year, and I got my bachelor's in social work and I went to James Madison University and I made some of the best, closest friends there, and I'm so lucky for that. I definitely did a great job, if I do say so myself, attracting some really inspiring and just great, kind humans. So I'm grateful for that, and I definitely learned a lot about myself as a leader, as a student, as a friend, and just a young adult during my 4 years in college. So very grateful for that opportunity. So I guess I'm technically like a real adult, although that's kind of ironic because I'm still figuring it out every single day. I'm in that weird transitional phase. Like, I have more things figured out and I know more about myself than I did back then, obviously, but I'm still just taking it day by day and figuring out this whole adulting thing. What else? I have been vegan for almost 5 years now. In November, it'll be about 5 years. I was vegetarian first for a couple months. This was like my summer going into my freshman year of college, and she's so cool and has her life together and, you know, looks great, so I want to do it. And then so I knew I couldn't just go full in vegan, so I tried to do vegetarian first, and that stuck. But then my freshman year, fall semester, I had a class that I took, and for a whole unit it was all about food and where our food comes from and how it affects the sustainability of our planet and our health and of course animal welfare and the treatment of animals. So we kind of covered all those 3 areas when it comes to food, And I did my own research too outside of that class, and I watched videos on YouTube and documentaries, and once I found out all that information, I really couldn't go back. It was quite alarming to see the way that these farm animals were being treated on a daily basis by these factory workers. And yeah, I mean, if you're interested in learning more, there's a bunch of YouTube videos that show undercover cameras of people going into these factories and seeing how these chickens and pigs and how they're all treated, and how dairy cows are treated. So I would really, if you would like more knowledge on that, I would recommend watching those videos, but fair warning, it's really tough to sit through. But I did, and I think that doing that opened my eyes and made me realize, like, why shouldn't I try at least to make that step to veganism, because I was already vegetarian. And I was born and raised here in Virginia, but my roots, I guess, my ethnicity is Tibetan, so I'm a Tibetan American. And if you don't know, Tibet is a small country in, like, on the border of India, China, and Nepal. Okay, and so as I was saying, my favorite genre of music is R&B. I have so many R&B singers that I am just obsessed with, and I can listen to their songs all day, every day, and there's always a song for a different mood that you're in. So I definitely get into my feelings. I love any music and genre and artist that gets me in my feelings. I don't know what it is. It's either I love to get in my feelings, or on the other side of the spectrum, music that hypes me up and makes me feel empowered and like a boss, basically. So it's just kind of a range. But I also really am into alternative pop and some indie music. I love watching TV shows. I get so invested in TV shows, into the characters, their lives, their backgrounds. It's just so interesting to me. Some of my favorites are Grey's Anatomy, The Office, of course. Hey guys, I moved back inside and changed my location because my car was getting a bit hot. As I was saying, I'm a huge TV show kind of girl. I love anything that just leaves me on the edge of my seat, but then I also love those shows like The Office, that 70s show that you can just play in the background or just watch it casually without being super attentive. Also, over quarantine, I started watching Criminal Minds. That show is just, it's a roller coaster, but I don't know why I do it to myself, because I get so paranoid after I watch an episode, because I feel like sometimes the storylines are so realistic, but I just love psychological, like, thrillers like that. Speaking of shows, I'm also a huge reality TV fan. It's kind of my guilty pleasure. I wish I didn't like it so much, but it's one of those other things that I just get invested in so easily, like The Bachelor, Bachelorette, and actually currently I'm watching Love Island USA, and I'm a big fan. So, and low-key, I've always wanted to start a channel, but I'm finally doing it now because there's no better time than right now in this moment in quarantine to do something that you've been putting off, and I know I've been putting off a lot. Speaking of what I've been putting off, I've also been reading so much more, which I am so glad that I finally got to it, because as a child, I loved reading. I was a bit bookworm, basically all the way up until middle school, I want to say. And then I just fell off of that, and in college I read books, but it was just mainly for the classes that I was in, so it was never really reading for pleasure. But over quarantine, I have finished reading 6 books, I think, which isn't too many, but I really enjoy reading any books, going from like self-development to mystery and psychological thrillers, and yeah, and also memoirs and nonfiction. Autobiographies I love. I am very into yoga. I do it for fun mostly. So that is just a little bit about me. But I am going to talk a little bit about why I wanted to start this channel now that I am 23, and at the stage of my life I am in now. A lot of the people I've watched that I'm watching on YouTube and following have changed, and a lot of them are specifically women who inspire me and who make me want to become the best version of myself in all aspects. And that is truly why I'm creating this channel. It is to keep myself in check and accountable for aspiring to be better and do better physically, socially, emotionally, and mentally. But also hopefully in that process, I am also inspiring you to do the same, and we can just continue on this journey together that we call life. And yeah, one of the biggest lessons I've learned with self-love is that it is an endless journey, and there's never really going to be a final destination that you reach and arrive at, because things are constantly moving and changing, and you always make sure to prioritize and make self-love and self-care the motivating force behind each day. So I would love to also have that be a core message on this channel. Like I said, not only so that I can maybe motivate you all to do the same, but also to keep myself on that consistent track of practicing self-care and self-love in my daily life. And I'm also a huge fan of lifting other women up and empowering them by just supporting them and cheering them on. So I would like this community on my channel to be full of women and girls who are rooting for one another and who want to see each other shine. So that is a little bit about me, and that's kind of my purpose for creating this channel. So hopefully all my videos will reflect that in the future. And I'm hoping to do lifestyle and with vlogs. Since we're in quarantine, a lot of my days look the same, so I can't really promise anything exciting, but I do enjoy filming them, so I hope to continue doing that, and videos that relate to self-care and self-love and becoming the best version of ourselves. But please be warned, I'm so far from an expert on these topics. I'm just learning as I go, and hopefully we can do that together and keep each other motivated. So that is a little bit about what I want to do for this channel, and I'd love to do like chatty videos like this, as well as, like I said, lifestyle. But yeah, that is kind of what you should expect from this channel. I also am so open to any and all kinds of videos. I do not want to limit myself. So if you do have any kind of suggestions or recommendations and something you'd like to see from me, please let me know by leaving a comment. But yeah, so that was my video. I hope that you got to know a little bit more about me. So if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and leave a comment. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you soon. Bye!